Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Washington Post World.
August 15th, 5:15 America New York, death toll in fireworks depot blast in Armenia reaches 6. Armenian officials say that the death toll in a fireworks storage explosion in the country's capital has risen to 6.
BBC News World.
August 15th, 5:12 America New York, Ukraine hits Russian Wagner mercenary HQ in East. Russian and Ukrainian sources say a Wagner Group base was hit in Popasna, Luhansk region.
New York Times World News.
August 15th, 5 o'clock America New York, reckoning with memories of Budapest. A Times journalist spent 3 months capturing a contemporary portrait of Hungary's capital, where he lived for several years as a child in the early 90s.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News. August 15th, 4:39 America New York. Driver's lucky escape after car plunges into river in Norway when wooden bridge collapses. A driver had a lucky escape after his car plunged into a river in Norway when a wooden bridge collapsed. Cars are seen over the collapsed bridge over the River Lågen in Gudbrandsdalen, Norway, August 15, 2022.
Mirror World News.
August 15th, 4:37 America New York. Women forced to sell possessions just to give birth 1 year on from Taliban takeover. The Taliban took over Afghanistan exactly 1 year ago after Western forces retreated from the country and allowed the group to gain a foothold in the state once again.
Washington Post World. August 15th, 4:30 America New York. Norway bridge collapses. Drivers of 2 vehicles rescued. A wooden bridge over a river in southern Norway has collapsed with a car plunging into the water and a truck getting stuck on a collapsed section.
BBC News World.
August 15th, 4:27 America New York, 40 meters above the forest, searching for smoke. A network of forest watchtowers in the first line of defense against wildfires in southern France.
BBC News World.
August 15th, 4:10 America New York, Salman Rushdie. Iran, categorically, denies link with attacker. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken earlier accused Iran state media of gloating over the attack. World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
August 15th, 4 o'clock America New York. Former head of British Army calls for aid to Afghanistan despite human rights abuses. A former head of the British Army has called for international aid to be returned to Afghanistan despite the Taliban's human rights abuses. Lord Dannatt in Afghanistan in 2007.
Wall Street Journal World News.
August 15th, 2:38 America New York. China's growth slows, prompting surprise rate cut. Economic activity worsened across the board in July, highlighting the breadth of the challenge facing policymakers in a politically sensitive year for leader Xi Jinping.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News. August 15th, 2:37 America New York. Marshall Islands sees first community COVID outbreak as more than 3,000 test positive. COVID cases are surging on the Marshall Islands as the Pacific nation grapples with its first community outbreak of the pandemic. Majuro Island. Pic. AP.
Washington Post World.
August 15th, 2:17 America New York. Israeli police kill Palestinian in East Jerusalem raid. Israeli police say officers shot and killed a Palestinian man who attempted to stab them during a raid in East Jerusalem. Wall Street Journal World News.
August 15th, 1:44 America New York. Japanese economy recovers pre-pandemic size with 2.2% growth. Japan's economy was propelled in the April to June quarter by strong consumer spending and higher exports, but inflation may start to weigh on growth later this year.
CNN World News.
August 15th, 0:30 America New York. In photos, 75 years of independence, India and Pakistan. In August 1947, the Indian subcontinent won its independence from the British, and 2 nations were born,